What's up, everybody? Christopher Dixon here. Hope you're having a good summer so far. Hey, we are in this series, this video series, 20 Tips for 2020. And the idea is that if you are a leader in your church or in your business, perhaps your organization, like a small to medium-sized nonprofit, what are some ideas that you can use that are practical, easy to understand, that will help refresh or revitalize or grow your business or your church or your organization? Maybe just add a breath of fresh air. Well, the tip I want to share with you today, this video is not very long at all, but the tip I want to share with you is one that is so simple. You will probably, when you hear it, you'll go, oh my goodness, I've known that for years. I've heard that before. But a lot of us haven't done it before. So before I share with you what that tip is, I want to share with you something funny. Nowadays, when you are driving somewhere, what we all do is we just grab our cell phone, we enter the address, and it takes us most of the time, typically, right to where we want to go. Prior to cell phones, there was a 5 or 10 year period there where you would get on your computer, maybe a laptop, perhaps a desktop computer. You would enter in the address to the computer. This is before it was on cell phones. You put the address, and then you could actually print out the directions of the place that you were going to, whether that was a business or somebody's home or whatever it is that you wanted to go. Sometimes those directions would be wrong, but usually they would take you whatever highways you needed, however you needed to get there. Prior to that, this is going way back, there was an old school map, and you would talk to the person on the phone and say, hey, I want to get to your house or your business, church, whatever the case may be. Where is it? So even though you would write down the address, you would have to get very specific directions in order to get to the correct place that you wanted to go. Well, I tell you that because of this. One of the tips that we have heard, and this is the tip for today, is write down your goals and objectives, even if it's for your church, even if your business has been in business for a number of years, even if your organization has been around for a long, long time. Take this time, take a few minutes this week or sometime this summer, and write down specific objectives of where you want to be. And our recommendation would be write down where you want to be for the short term, 1 to 6 months, and then a little bit longer, maybe the next 1 to 3 years, and then a longer time frame, 3 to 5 or even 3 to 10 years out. And the reason you write those down is because then you can measure the metric and see how you're doing to get there. So many of us are guilty of saying, hey, I just want to be here down the road at some point, but we don't measure what the point is down the road, meaning the exact time frame, and we don't write down the exact goals or objectives. So just like trying to get somewhere before GPS, it's pretty hard to get where we're going if we don't know exactly where it is where exactly our destination is. So that's the tip for the day. And I'll say this too. When you write that down, you can also measure the metrics that you're using to get there. So if we want to be at this place, we want to grow our church, for example, this much in the next year, here's how many people we should be reaching out to in the neighborhood for our church, for example. Or if we want to grow our business by exactly 20%, here are the exact steps that we are taking to get there. And the same with our goals for the nonprofit. The goal doesn't necessarily have to be growth. It may just be do X, Y, and Z better. But that's the tip for the day and for this week, for this summer, is write those objectives, write those goals down. You can do it on paper, put them in your cell phone, your tablet, your computer, whatever device it is that you use, and then check back with those regularly to see how it's going. So that's the tip for today. Those goals, write them down. Make sure you know what they are, what you're doing to get there. Look forward to talking with you soon. Hope you're having a great summer, everybody.